As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more. Epic in the news this week. Epic Games releases free anti-cheat and voice chat services for developers. All of this is going to be part of what they're calling Epic Online Services. It's available to use, by the way, with any game engine, so not just Unreal. I just want to be specific about that. And all of this technology, they're already using it in Fortnite. So they say it's battle tested, can handle millions of players. When I first saw this story, guys, my thinking immediately was, are game engines going the way of like operating systems and browsers maybe 10 years ago, right? Where there was a concern that Microsoft bundling their browser with Windows was going to corner the market for Windows and browsers. And I was sort of really upset at the headline when I read this, because I thought this is sort of a monopoly kind of situation where everyone's going to get stuck having to use Unreal because Epic has now all these great free tools with Unreal. And then I read the piece about it's available for any game engine. Yeah. And I'm curious if you guys think, A, in general, are you excited about this? But B, do you think that was a smart move, or should they have made this specific to Unreal? Why not corner more of the market here?
Yeah, like how is Epic making money, right? Like that's our question all year. Is like, how are they making money? I don't know.
Did you see the documents? They're making a lot of money.
Well, Fortnite, but meaning beyond Fortnite.
Jeff's like, I can tell you how
$4 billion isn't enough profit. Like, what you...
They opened a bank account and people dumped cash into it.
They bought a shopping mall, remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's real money. If anyone asks,
everyone knows shopping malls are where the money's at.
Yeah, that's when
they're turning it into a real life cosmetic store for Fortnite, where you'll be able to go buy backpacks and outfits at the mall.
So I do think, and I can't remember, but Matthew Ball did a big 4 or 5 part series on Epic, breaking it down, and it was really good. And he talked about their online services. I shouldn't have even brought it up because I forget the punchline, but I think what they're doing is they're offering these things for free, and they're getting data basically in order, these developers have to give them the data, some sort of data basically, that they then have player accounts or information or something like that. So they're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart, clearly. And I do think also this is, I'm sure, even though, it's like any other software, even though something is available, you can use iChat on Android, maybe. I don't know if that's actually true, but it's always better to have it in the ecosystem. I'm just saying a lot of ridiculous things that I don't even know.
No, yeah, right. It's probably this is.
But I think that actually might be true.
There are
probably
other
right that you can work
services
with everything, but it can be better integrated in the thing that you
exactly.
have,
so
right?
I imagine that most developers that are seeing this, be like, oh wow, amazing free anti-cheat. They're not going to be like, well, let me use that software and interconnect it into Unity. It's just very likely that you're going to take the whole suite. Look, so I do think this is a good on-ramp driver and retention tool.
The real question here is this a war of escalating features in engines, right? Because we seem to be getting to a stage where there's just a few engines, right? I think it might be safe to say this idea of the in-house publisher proprietary engine is sort of going away, right? Only a few boutique publishers can really. It used to be every game, it's custom built engine was the only way we could do this game. Nothing else would work for it. Now it's we're pretty much standardizing, and these companies, it's a market that, in many ways should probably be a winner take all market, or at least have very few victors. And the companies that are big right now have a ton of money. Are we in for a world where everything's baked into the engine because feature creep is the only way to differentiate yourself here? That's pretty interesting if that's the world we're heading towards. you know, and I don't know if that's good for games or bad, but it could be a direction, because how does Unity respond to this now, right? Like, how do they respond to it? They could say all this stuff is, yeah, that's right, that stuff works with our games, right? Or they could say, actually, we also have everyone can use it, integrate it. Like, and that's probably how they have to respond, right? Because to Jeff's point, otherwise it's better on the iPhone, you know?
They're probably going to go acquire some, if they don't have it already, some sort of anti-cheat software. So it's a good time to own one of those companies, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, in the press release itself, Epic says the goal here is to encourage wider adoption of all of Epic's offerings. And they're giving this away for free. But like, again, you run into, like, already there's really only 2 game engines that matter, right? Already it's not a highly fragmented market with tons of options for developers and tons of competition. You want to make a new game, basically you have 2 choices for an engine. And then beyond that, if you want all these other tools and save yourself a lot of hassle, now, you know, assuming they lock these things up or they're much easier to integrate within their own, your path's kind of set, right? Like, you're not going to go spend 200 or 100,000 extra man hours building your own voice chat, right? Just because you want to develop on Unity or...
So I agree. But my question is, you seem to be saying that as if this is a negative. Like, who gets hurt here?
Well,
besides maybe
what about
in
Discord? Can
like,
we talk about
great.
Discord? Is Discord scared by this? Because now you have, like, what's a company that's bigger than Discord, right? Like Epic Games, and right, I would argue the Unreal Engine is bigger than Discord and more prevalent in the gaming space. Now you have voice chat in this. Like, should they be scared? Should they be like, oh, the way we lose here is a deeper level of integration than we have, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I'm just asking questions. It's like, who should be scared by this? Like, shouldn't probably just be Unity. And I think Discord might be one of the ones that, like, now Discord, you're sort of asking the question, Discord, should you be like if publishers are going to make services that are competitive with yours, do you need to either cozy up to some publishers more than you have, or do you need to start thinking about like a different moat you can build around your software? Because it turns out penetration, if somebody goes a layer deeper in the ecosystem, might not be, you know, the panacea that you think it is.
You should call up Microsoft and say, hey, Satya, what were we talking about a couple months ago? It was like 10 billion, 15 billion. What? We'll just do that. We'll do that one. What do you think?
Hey, Satya,
I don't think Discord. I don't think Discord's threatened here.
I feel better now.
Right? Because Discord will always sit outside of the games. And I think that makes them somewhat, like, in-game voice chat has never been a replacement for Discord, not up until now at least. And I don't see that really going forward, right? Discord still, if I want to play with my friends, that Discord's there. Yeah, if I want to play in-game with randoms, I can't use Discord, right? As even today, that's the one time where you need the in-game chat.
That should be Epic's tagline: the voice chat for in-game randoms.
Yeah, but like, I think what worries me about this is, again, losing innovation on the game engine front. But I also think it's a brilliant move on Epic's part, right? Like, more tools, less work that the developers have to do, and more that they can focus on making their game fun and original, I think is good for the industry. I think I would just feel a lot better about it if there were 4 big engines and not 2.
Really? I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I guess the world is better with more, like, because there's an interesting question we ask, which is, to some extent, we say the games are homogenizing, right? Games are homogenizing, right? Like, oh, all shooters play roughly the same way right now. Like, oh, like, is part of that because the engines have homogenized? I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's the case, actually, but I think engines are more like lighting and ray tracing, but I'm genuinely curious is if every blanket is built with the same cloth, right? There's only so different the blankets can look. Has the consolidation of engines to some extent forced a homogeneous? Because again, remember, the whole reason my publisher had their own proprietary engine was, we needed an engine that could do this really well because we wanted a game that did this, and no other engines did it, so we had to make our own engine, you know?
Yeah. Look, it'll be interesting to see. I think Epic, I like this move from them. I think in general it's really, really smart. And And I like to see this more than just more news about them losing to Apple. Mike says slap in the face to Activision here. No?
Mhm.
Mike, I'm curious why you think it's a slap in the face to Activision.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Tell
us, Mike.
Cam says the juice is buzzing. And Christopher
was
says, would be awesome to see Matthew Ball as a guest, especially after his Meta ETF announcement today. Christopher, that's unlikely. Let's put it that way. Can't say much more than that. That's unlikely. Don't put money there. Anyways,
But you should put money in Business of Esports socks, because if I haven't made it clear enough to you guys, I wear those socks all the time and they're awesome. So like, go get them. All right, moving on.